Click the bell, turn on all notifications, and subscribe for around-the-clock WWE news in real time. The home of the most consistent and dedicated breaking news in WWE, Seanzviewent, is here for you. Like, comment, and share today.
It may be April Fool's, and we might be closing in on this April Fool's Day on April the 1st to kick off the month, the same month that WrestleMania is in. But this is the Brash and the Brazen, where we keep you in the know on the greatest, the hottest, the latest, the most in-depth, the most descriptive in WWE. This is the place to get it. Whether it's true, whether it's rumor, whether it's speculation, whether it's hearsay, whether it's confirmed, we will bring it to you, the top stories. Remember to sign up to become a channel member. Today, when you become a channel member, you help save and secure my future on this very website, because I can't do this by myself. I need the help and the support of each and every one of you. Agree or disagree, for me, against me. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch me. Your reigning home for everything WWE, all under one roof. Now, we are going to get into the rumors, the headlines, the speculation, but it has not been a good April Fool's Day. And I'm sure Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, whichever you want to call him, would have hoped that this massive car accident, this hellacious car accident that he had, was to be an April Fool's joke. But it was anything but a joke. Mick Foley was in a very heinous, a very volatile, a very violent car accident. And the way that you look at this car, Mick Foley shouldn't have survived this. Mankind shouldn't have survived what could have been a very deadly car accident. The photo, the image is online of the accident, of the car crash, the wreck that Mick Foley was in. And it looked like almost the wreck that Mick Foley had in his career, of all the hardcore matches and all the death matches and all the Hell in the Cells and all the career retirement matches that Mick Foley had inside the ring. But Mick Foley was indeed in a car accident. And no, it is not a joke. It is not April Fool's for Mick Foley today. But ladies and gentlemen, moving on, speaking about nothing that is, it's not a joke. Tomorrow, viewers, fans, and subscribers, my mom will be going to Dana-Farber for cancer treatment, for cancer questions and answers, for a cancer write-up, a workup to see what will be the next step, to see what will be the next chapter in my mom's leukemia cancer battle. So hopefully all my viewers, fans, and subscribers will be behind me and send your prayers and your thoughts, and hopefully it'll be a good turnaround. Hopefully we'll get good results. Hopefully we hear what we want to hear, but either way, we are going to try to fight this thing. And again, guys, some of you already know about cancer and your own family members fighting through the cancer, or maybe you even had a cancer scare. We all know that Roman Reigns had cancer. He had leukemia, and he fought and he battled through it. We heard yesterday that John Cena had cancer. John Cena had skin cancer. So you had top WWE stars, top WWE performers who have had cancer in their life, in their careers, and they battled through it. But sometimes, the fight and the struggle is real, guys. The fight and the struggle is real as it comes to cancer. But the fight and the struggle is also real on the road to WrestleMania, because you have Gunther, who is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and then you have the challenger, Jay Uso. Now, we know that going into WrestleMania, the Showcase of Immortals, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, we know that going into that very event, Gunther brutalized, destroyed, and took out Jey Uso on Raw. Took out Jimmy Uso on Raw last night in a very brutal and sadistic way, as Jey Uso was forced to watch on, to look on. Now, besides the fact that Gunther is going to be fined, there has been a lot of rumors, there has been a lot of speculation about Gunther being suspended, perhaps fired. But if not, in the event that the WWE goes in a different direction, whether this storyline, because remember, we only have 2 weeks away. We are only 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. Should Gunther be stripped of the world title by the game Triple H? Did Gunther go way over the line? He didn't have to go to that level. He didn't have to go to that length, did Gunther. So now the question is raised, should Gunther have to relinquish the WWE World Championship over on Raw on Netflix? And, should the title be awarded to Jey Uso? But Jey Uso probably would want to fight for that title. He'd probably want to win the title instead of just being handed over the title. Kind of like Triple H was handed over the world title in 2002 by Eric Bischoff. The big gold belt. We all remember that night on Raw, right? When Triple H was handed the world title. It was just gifted to him But I'm sure that's not the way that Jey Uso would want that to happen. Now, again, there's rumors, there's gossip that a storyline would commence over the next week or two where Gunther, it would be teased that Gunther would be forced to give up, to relinquish the WWE World Championship, relinquish it to the game. But then Jey Uso would beg and say, oh, no, not that way. It's not going to go down like this. I'm going to win that belt. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go to WrestleMania, and I'm going to win that thing. I don't want it to just be handed to me. I don't want to win it in some tournament, some half-assed tournament. I want to beat the man. I want to beat the champion. So, guys, how do you think the WWE should handle this? Should Gunther be stripped of the title, or should Jey Uso win the title up front, fair and square? Can Jey Uso win the big one? Can Jey Uso finally prove to the world that he is good enough, that he is indeed what his name is, the main event, the main attraction, the headliner of the night, Jey Uso? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. But that certainly isn't all, because it's about your thoughts, your comments, and your interactions on this show. We are now receiving word about the updated card. Breaking news on WrestleMania 41. Remember to like, comment, and interact. The undisputed WWE Championship will be on the line. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. The World Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso. The WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. The Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches, and that's supposed to span over 2 nights. What is it going to be? 4 matches, 1 night, 3 matches? I mean, obviously there's going to be more matches added, new matches added. I don't know if they're going to do the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Maybe the tag titles will be on the line. I don't know if they're going to just throw some meaningless matches, but with only 2 weeks to go, the card should be more filled than this. The card should be more stacked than this, if you ask the brash and the brazen. But who am I to say anything? Who am I just to let the cat out of the bag? But we're also receiving word at this time. Some more breaking news coming down the pike. Stephanie Vaquera vacates the Women's North American title during NXT. Stephanie Vaquera vacates Women's North American title. That is huge. That is major. That is developing news coming out of NXT at this stage. I did not expect this. I did not anticipate that at all. Wow. Stephanie Vaquera is no longer a double champion. But what started as a victory lap turned into a controversial moment when Ava made a major announcement. Each title needs to be defended, she said, before revealing that she and Vaquera had agreed to relinquish the NXT Women's North American Championship. Wow, that is major. Also, Netflix swaps out explicit chants in WrestleMania 40 replay. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Also, WWE NXT drops a last-minute twist for the commentary ahead of NXT show. Some WWE fans were actually fooled by The Rock in London rumors. Yes, there was apparently rumors and speculation that The Rock, the final boss, the Brahma Bull, was going to be at the Raw and Netflix in London just over 24 hours ago. But obviously, as the world saw, that did not happen. That did not take place. Breaking news on Bret the Hitman Hart and Hulk Hogan. Bret Hart fires back at Hulk Hogan by saying, nobody's trying to imitate you. Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of Bret the Hitman Hart, or are you on the side of a Hulk Hogan? Gunther called a wanker by fans after brutal attack on the Usos at WWE Raw in London. Also coming down the pike, Bret Hart claims that AEW stars are just actors pretending to be wrestlers. John Cena says that WWE's unpredictable twist is far from over. Take of that what you will. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Remember, here on this show, it's all about you. We put you in the mix to give you all the fixings of the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, the most definitive, the most defiant. Seanzviewent Entertainment serves it up to you. We scoop in all the rumors, and we detail it. And we make sure that you get what you want to see, hear, read, know out of this very show. Thank you so much for your comments, your views, your opinions. This show would not be probable It wouldn't even be possible without each and every one of you. Subscribe.